I'd love to say we gave a go. Van Gaal's got to go. Van Gaal should have gone at Christmas. I've never changed my mind, and I know a lot of you lot haven't as well. But that performance today is an absolute disgrace. To come and play as defensive as we did and not get a result is just beyond a joke. I'm going to get the live comments up for you in a moment. In fact, let's get that up for you now, because I do want to see what you lot have got to say, because it was absolutely farcical. I mean, Ashley Young at as a striker, unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. And we lose the game. We lose the game. Top four's gone. Ridiculous, really ridiculous. So much to get into. So angry, really angry that we go into a game that we needed to win. We needed to win that game. I want the fans to be entertained. I want to be proud of my club. I don't expect that under Van Gaal, but I at least expect him to get his tactics right. I'm sure he's going to come and moan and say, oh, it's because Fosu Mensah got injured, or because we got stuck in a traffic jam before the game. We parked the bus. We may as well have stayed in that traffic jam, because we parked the bus at Spurs and we still lost 3-0. We created no opportunities in that game apart from Anthony Martial with a bit of individual brilliance. That's you cannot. That's not tactical. That's not Van Gaal. An individual creating a chance off their own back is not an ethic for a team. It's not tactics. It's just an individual bit of brilliance. Spurs as well. We didn't have a 0-0 at half time for the millionth time this season. It shouldn't have been 0-0 at half time. It wasn't a good defensive display. Lamela missed a sitter, and Spurs had 2 or 3 of the half chances. We did nothing in the first half. We did nothing in the second half, and we let 3 goals go in a 6-minute period. And we played defensive. An absolute joke, an absolute embarrassment to play as defensive as we did when we needed to win a game, and to get beaten 3-0. I mean, that's probably one of our biggest losses in the most important game of the season. Really, really disappointed. Awful. We're looking at some of your comments as well. Really, 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 really frustrated with it. And I don't really know where to start, other than to say the starting lineup was laughable. I think Carrick and Schneidlin played okay, but they're defensive midfielders. We went to that game today to try and basically stop Spurs scoring and nick a goal. That was our whole attitude, and we are Manchester United. Our whole attitude is to stop the opposition scoring and then nick a goal. That's not Manchester United tactics. That's the tactics of Sunderland, West Ham and Stoke 10 years ago. We're Manchester United. We're managed by Dutch Sam Allardyce, and we are an absolute joke. He should have been sacked. He has to be sacked. Top 4 is gone. We don't even need to discuss sacrificing top 4 to get Mourinho, because we were never going to get it with this idiot in charge. He's an absolute embarrassment. I feel sorry for anybody who plays at number 9 for Manchester United, because it's the graveyard shift. All your job is to harass defenders. You know, you think as a number 9, your job's to get in the box, get on the end of the ball, take your chances, create things, run the channels, get the ball. As Manchester United, it is just you're the first defender to press the opposition, which is why Rashford was knackered at half time. Ashley Young comes on, harass their defence, maybe get the ball, maybe dive. I don't know what the point is. I don't know what the point in Rojo playing at left back was. Very nearly gave a penalty away against Kyle Walker. Poor Darmian. I mean, he played really well against Everton last week. Rojo goes off because he's the Argentinian Phil Jones. He goes to left back. He plays quite well. He gets dropped today. He gets brought on, and we let 3 goals in because defensively we're all at sea. For 6 minutes we're all at sea. But you know what? We got what we deserved today. I wouldn't have been proud if we'd won today with a defensive display getting 1-0. It was poor. I'm bored of it. I'm sure you're bored of it. I don't want to get top 4 winning 1-0. I'd rather we get beaten 3-0 like today, where reality bites and that absolute fraud gets the sack. Because the man of the match has to be, I'll throw it to you lot, the man of the match has to be Fosu Mensah. Not because he was brilliant, not because he was good, not because he was 10 out of 10, because there's nobody else. There's nobody else. You can't give it to Smalling or Blind or De Gea like we normally would, because we've let 3 goals in. Fosu Mensah gets it because he's a young lad. He made some good tackles, and the 2 good chances we had came from tackles from him and forward passes. Ashley Young as a striker, I've said that. What a joke. Jesse Lingard as a number 10. When has that ever worked? A joke. Juan Mata at right back, an absolute joke. Rojo, rubbish. Schneidlin and Carrick, you know what? They did okay, but you're 2 defensive midfielders. What are we playing 2 defensive midfielders for? And Anthony Martial didn't play that well. A moment of brilliance, but really unballistic. Mark's the only fan of Darmian here. Darmian played really well against Everton. He gets messed around by Louis van Gaal. Our first objective should have been to be defending, and Rojo can't defend. He's rubbish. Louis van Gaal's got to go. Louis van Gaal's got to go. Top four's gone. West Ham are going to beat us on Wednesday, I would think. But what a joke. What an absolute joke. I'm baffled by it. I'm really baffled by, in a game we need to win, where Spurs are under a load of pressure, we just sit back and play players out of position. I mean, our bench was pretty decent today. Ander Herrera came on in the last 20 minutes against Everton. We put Mata at number 10. We played Herrera and Schneidlin. We had a dynamic, tenacious midfield, and we don't do it. We don't do it today. Carrick, I love Carrick, should not have played today. Should have been Herrera, Mata and Schneidlin. The big frustration is that you know and I know as well, we're not paid the massive money Van Gaal's paid, but we can see that players are playing out of position, the tactics are wrong players are on the bench, and he does it every single week. It's sabotage. And you know what? Well done to Spurs. Not because they won, but because they wanted Van Gaal and we beat them to the punch. We got Van Gaal. And look at us and look at them. Absolute disgrace. He must be sacked. He won't be sacked. We'll keep saying top four as possible, but that result today, we didn't even try. We may as well have stayed on the bus and said Spurs score 3 goals and win the game, because that was embarrassing, poor, every negativity you want to throw out that game. You struggle for a man of the match. You struggle for any bit of positivity in the attack. We're Manchester United. We're built on excitement, and there's nothing exciting about it. There is nothing he can come and say on his after-match commentary about that performance and defend it. We tried to defend and nick a goal. We're Manchester United and we tried to defend and nick a goal. Absolutely farcical, absolutely embarrassing, a joke. And the whole club needs to take a big, massive look at itself, because he should have been sacked at Christmas. We said top four was gone in January. It's gone. It's 100% gone. Fosu Mensah, you're saying there, should get the man of the match. We've got Villa on Saturday. I'm sure we'll win that, and we'll probably start hearing again that we can get top four. We're not going to get top four. We don't deserve to get top four, and Van Gaal deserves to be sacked. And I hope, if they're not thinking about Mourinho, they've got to be thinking it now, because this club is as low as I've ever known it in my lifetime. And I'm not overestimating that. We really are low down. I'm going to look at some of your comments. Mark Pereira, question mark. I don't need to say any more than that. Salty Man Unifying, so funny. Mark, I look at this game and I say that Louis van Gaal is surging through blame, but putting his players rather than him. I would expect Van Gaal to come out and say Fosu Mensah's injury changes the whole game. Well, if you're reliant on an 18-year-old, then you shouldn't be manager anyway. Van Gaal can't stay. I mean, some of you saying there in the live comment box he's got to stay, but he can't stay. He can't stay. He absolutely can't stay. I'm exhausted by it. I mean, we've just done 3 hours on the live watch along. Thanks for everybody who's watched that. Thanks for everybody who's joining in now. We will be back at 9 o'clock. We were going to be talking about sacrificing top four to get Mourinho. I don't think we're going to be sacrificing anything. At least Memphis came on and showed some fight with Kyle Walker, probably frustration as well. There's no fight in that team. You've got Rashford, who's a kid. You've got Lingard, who's built like a kid. You've got Mata, who's built like a Smurf. Martial's a unit. Carrick and Schneidlin, they're not going to fight because they're on the bloody half, on the goal line with the rest of our defence. There's no fight. There's no tenacity. There's no desire. There's no attacking ethic. We've got no attacking identity. We're a defensive unit. And I'm not even going to hide behind the fact that Blind and Smalling are great centre-backs. It's easy to be a good centre-back when you've got 2 defensive midfielders in front of you and you're playing on the edge of your penalty box. I mean, Harry Kane had a good game today. He was kept very quiet because he was surrounded by 4 players every time he got the ball, because we're defensive. We never did that. We don't do that. We're not Manchester United. I'll leave it on that. We're not Manchester United. We need to become Manchester United again. The club needs rescuing. The board need to rescue it. I think we've got some interesting weeks ahead, because we're not going to get top four and the club are going to have to make a big decision. Jose Mourinho wants the Manchester United job. Manchester United fans want Jose Mourinho. If the club don't appoint him, they're going to have a massive, massive problem, because the fans want him. He wants the job. There's no excuses. And we do not want Van Fraud at our club anymore. He's got to go. He's a disgrace. I'll be back at 9 o'clock. We've got a whole new studio for you. It's going to get heated. We're going to fly into it. And the live comments box will be up on the Sunday Night Show as well. You're all part of the show now. I hope you like that. Do get involved. Disappointed. Really disappointed. Drop us a like. Subscribe to United Stand if you're new. See you on Sunday night at 9 o'clock live. We'll have Joey and Alex on the show. And hopefully we'll have all of you lot, because big questions need to be asked. I'm going to go and have a drink. Calm down a little bit. decide what we're going to talk about at 9 o'clock. But to be honest, it's going to be Van Gaal, where the club goes from now, because I really do believe that we don't want Mourinho. The sounds that are coming out of Mourinho, it sounds like he's begging us, saying he's got offers on the table. It's almost like saying you better offer me a job, because I don't think we have, and that's really, really worrying. Thanks everybody for watching. It is the United Stand. I apologise on behalf of the club. That was embarrassing today. It's the worst performance I've ever seen. To go and try and defend and nick a goal and get absolutely thrashed. I'd have been more proud if we'd gone and got beaten 3-0 and had a go, because we never even had a go. Thanks everybody for watching. See you all at 9 o'clock.